Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserts behavioural change must begin at every home to fight climate change. Virtually addresses World Bank event on climate change. Environment Minister Bhupender Yadav says global goal of reaching net zero by 2050 requires enhanced descaling of emissions by developed countries. Home Ministry approves conduct of Constable General Duty examination for Central Armed Police Forces in 13 regional languages. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida evacuated after explosion at a speech venue. And in IPL Cricket, Royal Challengers Bangalore to take on Delhi Capitals and Lucknow Super Giants to lock horns with Punjab Kings today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that one of the most powerful ways to fight climate change is a behavioural change that must begin at every home. Addressing the World Bank event, Making It Personal, How Behavioural Change Can Tackle Climate Change via video message, Mr. Modi emphasized that small deeds can make a huge impact when billions of people do them together.
Climate change cannot be fought from conference tables alone. It has to be fought from the dinner tables in every home. When an idea moves from discussion tables to dinner tables, it becomes a mass movement. Making every family and every individual aware that their choices can help the planet, can provide scale and speed.
In his address, Mr. Modi also spoke about India's efforts to address climate change at a mission life and said it is about democratizing the process. Elaborating on the mission, he also highlighted his prospects, which include making local bodies environment friendly, saving water and energy, reducing waste and e-waste, adopting healthy lifestyles, and promoting natural farming and millets. The Prime Minister Modi illustrated his thinking with examples from India and said, in this matter of mass movements and behavior transformation, the people of India have done a lot in the last few years.
People-driven efforts improved the sex ratio in many parts of India. A massive cleanliness drive, be it rivers, beaches or roads, they are ensuring public places are free of litter, and nearly 370 million LED bulbs have been sold in India. This helps in avoiding nearly 39 million tons of carbon dioxide emissions every year. The farmers of India ensure the coverage of nearly 700,000 hectares of farmland by micro-irrigation.
The Prime Minister further called on global institutions to support countries in encouraging behavioural initiatives like Mission Life. He also highlighted that adequate financing methods need to be worked out to support such initiatives and urged the World Bank to increase its focus on climate finance.
I am told that the World Bank Group is looking to increase climate finance from 26% to 35% as a share of total financing. The focus of this climate finance is usually on conventional aspects. Adequate financing methods need to be worked out for behavioral initiatives too. A show of support by the World Bank towards behavioral initiatives such as Mission Life will have a multiplier effect.
In a tweet, World Bank President David Malpass expressed his delight upon hearing about India's LIFE initiative from the Prime Minister. He acknowledged that appropriate pricing policies and institutions, when combined with the right incentives, have the potential to alter deeply ingrained habits and contribute towards environmental protection. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that climate change is now hitting everyday life from different angles. During a panel discussion at a World Bank organized event in Washington yesterday, the Finance Minister said India implements the LIFE agenda through repeated persuasion and repeatedly speaking by people who hold positions, by people who are responsible, by people who can really catch eyeballs. Ms. Sitharaman added that more influential people need to talk about climate change. Ms. Sitharaman also spoke at length on the digital public infrastructure, DPI. She said available instances show that the potential of DPI to contribute to both public and private sectors is both enormous and can transform the development trajectory of the country even under difficult times. She underlined how India has seen its contribution to targeted, quick, efficient and inclusive service delivery through innovative methods during the last couple of years.
Our DPI-based direct benefits transfer system has aided about 650 million people who received $322 billion directly into their accounts, which have led to an overall savings of more than $27 billion just across key central government services and schemes.
Environment, Forest and Climate Change Minister Bhupender Yadav has stressed the need for collective action to save the planet from the challenges of climate change, pollution and loss of biodiversity. Mr. Yadav said this while virtually addressing the plenary session at G7 Ministers meeting on climate, energy and environment in Sapporo, Japan. He said the 6th assessment report of the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change re-emphasizes that development is a first defense against climate change. The minister said the report reinforces the scientific view that CO2 is a primary greenhouse gas that needs to be drastically reduced to achieve the global temperature goal as agreed in the Paris Agreement. Mr. Yadav said the global goal of reaching net zero by 2050 requires enhanced descaling of emissions by the developed countries. He said this will provide space for countries like India to achieve the development required for its people, which will provide necessary defense against the impacts of climate change, environmental degradation and pollution. In a landmark decision, the Union Home Ministry has approved the conduct of the Constable General Duty Examination for Central Armed Police Forces in 13 regional languages, in addition to Hindi and English. This decision has been taken at the initiative of Home Minister Amit Shah to give impetus to the participation of local youth in the CAPF and encourage regional languages. In addition to Hindi and English, now the question paper will be set in Assamese, Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, Malayalam, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, Uriya, Urdu, Punjabi, Manipuri and Konkani. The Home Ministry said the examination in 13 regional languages will be conducted from the 1st of January 2024 onwards. It said the decision will result in lakhs of aspirants taking part in the examination in the mother tongue and regional language. This is All India Radio giving the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The 75th anniversary of the formation of Himachal Pradesh has been celebrated across the state today. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah has greeted people of the state on the occasion. This time the state-level function was held at Kaza in the tribal Lahaul Spiti district. Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu hoisted the national flag, inspected the parade and took salute of the march past. Poila Boishakh or Noboborsho, New Year, the first of the first month, Boishakh of the Bengali calendar has been celebrated today with much fervor in the Bengali-speaking regions of India, such as West Bengal, Tripura and Assam. Homes are cleaned and adorned to welcome the goddess Lakshmi and Lord Ganesh on Noboborsho. Alpana, which is a painting made with a mixture of rice and flour, is used to decorate the front door. People in brand new clothing visit temples on the first day of the year to pray. Keralites across the globe are celebrating the traditional New Year Vishu today, the festival of harvest and prosperity. Vishu festival symbolizes the beginning of the spring season. In major temples like Guruvayur, Sri Padmanabha Swami, Sabrimala, etc., Vishnu Kani and special rituals have been held today. In Dubai, the World Malayali Council has marked the festivities of Vishu with special emphasis on environmental consciousness this year. Prime Minister Narendra Modi greeted people on the occasion of Bengali Noboborsho, Poila Boishakh and Vishu. In a series of tweets, the Prime Minister said, Bengali culture and heritage admired across the globe. As the new year commenced, he prayed for everyone's happiness and good health. Mr. Modi also wished for success and prosperity in everyone's life on the occasion of Vishu. In poll-bound Karnataka, Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai today filed his nomination from Shiggaon constituency. Later addressing media persons in Hubli, he expressed confidence that BJP will win the election with absolute majority. On dissidents' activities within the party, he said the whole matter will be resolved in 2 days. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi will launch Jai Bharat Satyagraha Yatra in Kolar, Karnataka tomorrow. It was here in 2019 that Rahul Gandhi had made a remark on the Modi surname and lost his Lok Sabha membership in a defamation case against him in the Surat court recently. After the Kolar event, Rahul Gandhi will inaugurate the newly constructed Indira Gandhi Bhavan in Bengaluru in the evening. BJP today hit out at AAP convener and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal over alleged Delhi excise policy scam. Mr. Kejriwal has been summoned by CBI for questioning tomorrow in connection with the Delhi excise policy 2021-22. Briefing reporters in New Delhi today, party spokesperson Gaurav Bhatia said that Mr. Kejriwal chaired the meeting which has cleared the draft of the excise policy. Mr. Bhatia questioned that if the excise policy was good, then why the Delhi government withdrew the policy.
बहुत अच्छी शराब नीति है, बहुत इससे फायदा होगा, फायदा अरविंद केजरीवाल का होगा, भ्रष्टाचारी आपका होगा, पापी आपका होगा। ये बताइए इतनी अच्छी थी तो ये वापस कैसे हुई? आपकी आज्ञा के बिना तो ये वापस हो नहीं सकती है। और तभी हम लोग कह रहे हैं कि किंग पिन जो है भ्रष्टाचार की शतरंज का, वो तो अरविंद केजरीवाल है। इसका उत्तर जरूर दीजिएगा अरविंद केजरीवाल जी।
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal today said that he has received summons from the CBI in the Delhi excise policy case and will join for questioning tomorrow. Addressing a press conference in New Delhi, Mr. Kejriwal claimed that there is no scam in the Delhi excise policy. He further claimed that Delhi's excise policy was excellent and would have ended corruption. In Maharashtra, at least 12 persons lost their lives and more than 25 persons got injured after a private bus fell into a gorge in the Khopoli area of Maharashtra's Raigad district today. 16 people have been brought out safely. The accident happened along the old Mumbai-Pune highway. The injured persons have been admitted to Khopoli Gramin Rugnalaya and MGM Hospital in Kamothe. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has expressed deep grief over the mishap. He announced that the ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees from Prime Minister's National Relief Fund will be given to the next of kin of each deceased. Mr. Modi said 50,000 rupees will be given to the injured. Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde closely monitored the rescue operation and spoke to the team on site. The Chief Minister's office has announced a compensation of 5 lakh rupees will be given to the family members of the deceased and free treatment of the injured will be done in the government hospital. Home Minister Amit Shah has expressed grief over the road accident at Raigar in Maharashtra. In a tweet, Mr. Shah informed that he spoke to Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde, and Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis in this regard. Mr. Shah said the local administration is engaged in relief work. He also conveyed his condolences to the families of the deceased and wished for the speedy recovery of the injured. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida was on Saturday evacuated from a venue in Wakayama city after an explosion was heard. As per Japanese officials, Kishida was safe and unharmed in the incident. Video footage released in Japanese public media showed members of the public fleeing and a man being arrested following the incident. Mr. Kishida was about to give an outdoor speech at the venue of the Japanese port city when an explosion-like sound was heard on the scene. Mr. Kishida's predecessor Shinzo Abe was assassinated at close range on 8th of July last year when he was delivering a speech at a political campaign rally event in the city of Nara. In IPL Cricket, Royal Challengers Bangalore will take on Delhi Capitals in Bangalore today at 3:30 p.m. while Lucknow Super Giants will lock horns with Punjab Kings in Lucknow at 7:30 p.m. Yesterday, Sunrisers Hyderabad defeated Kolkata Knight Riders by 23 runs at Eden Gardens in Kolkata. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserts behavioural change must begin at every home to fight climate change. Virtually addresses World Bank event on climate change. Environment Minister Bhupender Yadav says global goal of reaching net zero by 2050 requires enhanced descaling of emissions by developed countries. Home Ministry approves conduct of Constable General Duty examination for Central Armed Police Forces in 13 regional languages. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida evacuated after explosion at his speech venue. And in IPL Cricket, Royal Challengers Bangalore to take on Delhi Capitals and Lucknow Super Giants to lock horns with Punjab Kings today. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the Midday News.